On December 12th, 1982, the NFL had the first game ever decided with the help of a John Deere tractor, when the New England Patriots used a John Deere tractor to clear the field for their kicker to win a game versus the Miami Dolphins. Today we're going to dive into the story of the Snow Plow Game and how it all happened on Daily Sports History. Welcome to Daily Sports History. I'm Ethan Reese, your guide as you daily learn more about sports history, increasing your sports knowledge. And today's trivia question to listen out for is, what rule did the Miami Dolphins say the Patriots broke using a snowplow? And listen throughout the episode to find out the answer. And if you miss it, we'll give it to you at the very end. There's two things that have gone around and kind of ring true through the years in the NFL. In New England, there's probably going to be weather when it starts to get cold that will affect the ending of games. And the Miami Dolphins struggle when it's cold. And that showed itself more than ever on December 12th, 1982, when the Dolphins went up to New England. And the night before the game, rain had soaked the field, who was using AstroTurf at the time, which is essentially carpet, nowhere close to the turf that we have today. And then after the rain, the temperature dropped, freezing the rain, and then added snow on top of it. So it wasn't only snow, it was also ice on a field that was already slippery due to the fact that you could not wear usual cleats on the AstroTurf. And this was a unique season, as it was a strike-shortened season and teams only played 9 games. So every game counted, even more as a team has 9 games leaves little to the chance. And the teams flat out struggled. There was no coming into the game. The Dolphins were 4-1 and the Patriots were 2-3, each one of them vying for a chance to make that playoff spot, as there's only 9 games in the strike-shortened season. And the game started, the temperature was 26 degrees with winds of 16 miles an hour and wind chill was at 14. And I'll be honest with you, this game was awful from the onslaught. Nobody could get their footing. Nobody could move the way they wanted to. No one really had the upper hand. New England had a total of 13 yards passing the entire game and only threw the ball 5 times. The Dolphins loved to pass, but they only had 76 yards of passing throughout the entire games. Both teams focused on the run because that was the one thing you could control. But each team had 3 turnovers. The teams were fumbling the ball. There was multiple interceptions. And surprisingly, each team only had 1 penalty apiece because there wasn't time to have penalties. Everybody was falling down. There was no footing. You had to make a precise pass to catch the ball, and you had to make a clean cut to get a block or even make a tackle. It was a challenge for everyone involved. And it wasn't until the end of the game, with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left, where the Patriots actually got into field goal range, and they were getting ready to set up for a field goal, when snowplow operator, who was there to clear out the lines on the field so they could see where each 5-yard line was and the hashes, and would regularly be doing this in between plays, came onto the field and plowed a spot that would give the Patriots kicker, John Smith, a little space to make a kick. All he did was drive on, looked like he was clearing out the line, but instead he veered a little bit left, clearing a spot for the kicker. And he was able to make a field goal, putting the Patriots up 3-0. But the Dolphins came back and had a chance to make a kick on their own. And they actually offered to clear the field for their final kick as well. But the Dolphins refused. And instead of going for the kick, he went for a 4th down, which they lost. But they did have one other chance for a Hail Mary pass at the end of the game, but it got intercepted. So who was this mystery man, Mark Henderson, who drove the snowplow? Well, he was a convicted felon out on work release. I wish today that would never happen, as everyone would love to have just that job, maybe even for free, to work with their favorite team. And he often joked when he did this, like, what are they going to do? Throw me in jail? He was already out on work release. And both teams actually had success after this game, making the playoffs and face each other in the playoffs, where the Dolphins actually won and would make it all the way to the Super Bowl, where they would lose eventually to the Washington football team. But this did change the fortunes, even though The Dolphins did complain about this afterwards, even though they were given the chance to do the same exact thing. They complained, and the following year, they banned snowplows of use during the game to give the advantage to a team, as the only person that could clear the field is the players, who could do so with their hands and feet. And Don Shula, the coach of the Miami Dolphins, actually took this to the NFL under the Rule 17, the Unfair Rule Act, which actually allows the commissioner to overturn a game because there was an unfair rule, which Commissioner Pete Rozelle responded saying he would never do that. Even though this seemed unfair, they were offered the same advantage and declined it, and he would never overturn a game as it would be a dangerous precedent in the future. Now, this game, if you watch clips of it, is kind of funny to watch. Everyone's falling down, everyone's losing their feet, but it did change the history of the NFL. Even though it's not something that happens very often, and the way technology has changed in the NFL and the fields is so much different than it was back in the 1980s. We'll probably not have an event like this, but it started kind of the Patriot way of being in controversial situations, such as the Tuck Rule and Deflategate, and increased the rivalry of the Dolphins and Patriots. And what's interesting is that same John Deere tractor is at the current stadium of the Patriots, hanging from the ceiling, as it's an iconic moment for them. And I want to thank you for listening to today's episode. If you want more Patriots content, check out the Pats Nation Network, where you get multiple episodes a week of smart, usually unbiased, but not really, fun Patriots talk to help you grow your Patriots fanhood. And you can check out the link in the description of this episode so you can check out their podcast. And if you enjoyed today's podcast, please follow us on social media. We'll put our social medias in the description below. We're at Daily Sports History on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, wherever you'd like to socialize, we're there, and have you be a part of our community. And did you catch today's trivia question? What rule did the Miami Dolphins say the Patriots broke? Don Shula, the Miami Dolphins coach, said the Patriots broke Rule 17, Fair Act Clause, which would have allowed the game to be overturned, but they did not win their challenge.